Hi everyone, my name is Mika Mäkeläinen and I'll be showing you our Arctic DXing paradise called Aihkiniemi in the Finnish Lapland. Now behind me you can see the original Aihkiniemi cabin built in 2010. And as we move around a little bit, there you see the new cabin which was added in the fall of 2020. And so these are the two indoor facilities. Now it's mid-November 2020. It's relatively warm. It's only -5 centigrade roughly. But with this t-shirt on, we're not going to spend a lot of time outdoors. I'm just going to show you briefly what we have here. First, the new cabin. And what do we find here? Of course, a sauna. That's pretty much a must in a Finnish household. So you can't have a DXpedition base without a sauna. So this is where we are able to wash ourselves. And here's a small kitchenette, dining table, and one bed. So sleeping quarters for one person in this new kitchen. Oh yeah, and there's a TV if propagation on the AM dial is really poor, so not much else to do except watch TV and well, enjoy the nature. It's this place is pretty remote. There you can about 100 meters away you can see a small lake, and if you cross the lake you could probably walk like 50 kilometers without running into any road, any settlement, any house, anybody, except Arctic wilderness. So that's how remote this place is. Anyhow, looking in the other direction, there you see the main road. It's only about another 100 meters away, so this is very accessible. It's easy to get here, even though you have to shovel some snow in the wintertime. So here's the old cabin, the main cabin. Yeah, let's go inside and see what we have there. Just take my boots off first. All right, so this is what it looks like. There's basically, this is big enough for 2 DXers at a time. And as you can see, we've set up quite a few laptops here. I'm also doing some work remotely here right now. We are equipped with Perseus receivers and either Perseus or Jaguar software. Now let's take a brief look at the equipment that we see here. Now this hardware is Jim's PC. It's Jim is running a Perseus software, hunting for North American AM signals right now. And behind the receiver, you can see the behind the PC, you can see the actual Perseus receiver. And we use external hard drives to store our files. And let's get to the other side. These are my laptops working here. This is what Jaguar software looks like. Jaguar works with Perseus hardware, but I find it nicer, and it's got much more features than the original Perseus software. So I prefer Jaguar, and I run it on both of my PCs. The previous one showed signals coming from Asia, and here you can see what this past 12 hours or so has been from the Western Hemisphere. So we have those red marks over there showing how strong the signal has been on each 10 kilohertz from mostly North America. And as you can see, when signals started coming in around 23 UTC, it's been constant ever since. And also naturally during the daytime, the signal levels go down a bit. It also decreases the interference by European stations, so propagation is actually pretty good now, and there are stations roughly every 10 kilohertz right now. This is one of the best days that we had here in Aihkiniemi. Looking at the equipment here, this is where all the coax cables, the feed cables from the antennas, the beverage antennas, come into the cabin. Right now we have 14 different beverage antennas, each 1 kilometer, roughly 1 kilometer in length. There you see the azimuth of each antenna. They pretty much cover the entire globe, so we can choose whatever direction we want to focus on and listen from there. Now this one here, that's of course my antenna splitter. Behind here you can see the Perseus hardware, and this is the splitter that we use first to distribute each of the antennas for 2 DXs. So this is where the coax feed cables come first, and we divide them for 2 listeners, and then each listener can further divide and amplify the signals of each of the antenna, each cable as he wishes. So this is what it looks like. There's of course a lot of radio related stuff on the walls, like this one we brought from Colombia, map of Micronesia. Let's see on the other side. Map of Australia. You can see we've marked all the stations that have been received in Aihkiniemi from Australia. So quite a few. This place is really known for fabulous reception from the Eastern Hemisphere. Unlike any other DXpedition base in Finland, we have really good antennas from that direction. Just to show you briefly what else we have here, we have a toilet, works well, doesn't smell. There's a small room here for sleeping and keeping your stuff around. You can see I'm sleeping over there. All my stuff is lying around very unorganized. On the other side you can see gym stuff very well organized. What else? A few maps. Nearby hiking areas. What if you want to go out? This is the wilderness areas right outside our cabin. Some souvenirs from Norway, and on the other side some souvenirs from Alaska and Australia, and a map of Sudan. We've even picked almost all the Sudanese AM stations here in Aihkiniemi. So that's what it looks like. I hope you enjoyed this brief tour. You can find out much more about Aihkiniemi on the website DXing.info. That's DXing.info, where we have posted quite a few DXpedition reports and logs, and so you can find detailed information about every DXpedition. This DXpedition actually happens to be number 124, so during the past 10 years we've had 124 DXpeditions in Aihkiniemi, quite a lot. But there's still room. Not every week is booked, so we do rent the place for DXers, and we've had several DXers, of course, from all around Finland and from other countries as well, to enjoy the facilities here at Aihkiniemi, because these antennas are really something. You can't find another place where you would have such a large amount of long beverage antennas, and they do make a difference once you've gained experience and you already have quite a few, maybe a few thousand verified AM stations. It becomes more and more difficult to find new ones, so this is the place to come. All right, I hope you enjoyed the brief tour, and see you in Aihkiniemi.